Hey team, Professor Blowers here. Happy New Year. And I'm really excited that you've joined me for an advanced Excel class, BTS 265. I am going to show you around the course, our different course sites, some of which you may be familiar with if you've taken BTS 165, but I just want to make sure that I answer any questions in this video in the event that you're wondering how advanced Excel works. And so let's see here. I'll start on the Canvas page. I'm sharing my screen. Indeed, I am. And what I'll do is have you go ahead and download the syllabus, course calendar, the MyLab IT registration PDF, as well as the student data files. All right, get all of these downloaded. And what you'll notice is that we follow a pretty organized structure in this class. All right. So we have generally 2 projects due every week with a discussion every other week. And this is about the census. And I just wanted to share a little bit about me. I've been to over 110 countries. And last year, it's 2022. In the year 2020, I worked on the U.S. Census in Washington State, as well as 3 weeks in Tucson, Arizona, and then a week in Bend, Washington. Bend, Oregon is where Bend is. There's a North Bend, Washington. I was in Bend, Oregon for a week. So I was on some strike teams and learned a lot about the census. And here's a great website, data.census.gov, that I'll introduce you to in a little bit. But here's what you'll notice about our site, or about our class, right? You've got 8A, 8B, and then a census discussion. So let me have a quick look. You don't really have much due for some time. So I would like it if you were to start thinking about the census project we're working on. There's also extra credit opportunities. So you'll have an 8A and 8B project. I do want you to do these by the book. There are simulations, but I'll talk to you about that later. I prefer, especially in advanced Excel, that you use Excel itself instead of a simulation of Excel. So you click on Home to get to this page in these modules. 1 week it'll be 8A, 8B, followed by the quiz and the grader, and then followed by E and F projects, which are similar to the grader, where the G projects, the grader projects, you upload your work to MyLab IT, and it'll give you an automatic grade. And so here's our course calendar. Again, this will match up with what's on MyLab IT, which will also match up with what is on Canvas. All right, so you've got Chapter 8. You've got these scaffolding projects, that's E and F, and then you've got the quiz and the grader. It looks like there is no midterm. I'm confirming it right now, no midterm. There is a final, and you can submit or turn in as many times as you'd like the final exam, which is very much like a grader project. The final exam is like a grader. Right then, so you will need to, I had you download the MyLab IT registration instructions, which is right here. Now, if you don't have the access code yet, prepaid access code, and so either from the Bellevue College bookstore or direct from Pearson, get that access code. But if you don't have it right away, this is how you get temporary access for 14 days, so you can start working right away while you wait for that access code. So that's how you get into MyLab IT, and these are my courses. But you'll see BTS 265 Winter 2022, and what I'll have you do is click into there, and you could pause this video, start it, stop it, rewind it, if that helps you, because I'm going through a lot of information, and so that's my recommendation, is to just pause it and follow along with me at each step of the way. All right. So there's our course calendar. Mark that in your own calendars. Here's our book. It's also listed on our syllabus, the ISBN, and on the Bellevue College site. But let me know if you have any trouble with this. First thing you do when you're in MyLab IT is you click on Course Materials. This is a lesson in patience, because sometimes it takes some time for this to load. But we got it. There we are. So the EText is at the very top. And all of so 8A and 8, actually, the quiz and the grader will be in here. The E and the F are in the scaffolding projects folder right there. So let's see, chapter 8 will be the first thing due. There's the EText. When you do open up the EText, it'll look like this right here. And on the left-hand side, there's all the other previous chapters that we review in BTS 165, the intro class. We start this out on chapter 8, right? So if you expand this menu right here, it'll tell you what we're doing in this chapter. There's the 8A project, which you upload to Canvas. There's the 8B project, which you upload to Canvas. So on page 565, it'll show you the learning outcomes, what we'll be doing that chapter. These are all links, so you can go ahead and click into each of these links. And let's see here, there's videos that are really helpful. And the projects are kind of like putting together IKEA furniture. It's a project-based class. So it'll say, let's see here. You've got to download. This is where the student data files come in handy. They're absolutely necessary. Download these student data files. The data files go hand in hand with 8A and 8B, those projects, right? So 8A says you need to get in to that folder and find these files for 8A, okay? So Charlotte sales. That's where we're going with it. This is how it should end up looking like. And so this is, if you scroll down to that page, it'll tell you 4 non-MyLab submissions for A and B. This is the file that you'll need from these here student data files, which you download and extract, all right? As we move along, so that's 8A. Let me go back to home. That's the 8A and 8B. The following week, you'll do the quiz and you'll do the grader. So to access the quiz and the grader, click in the Chapter 8 folder and wait just a moment. There's 8A. These are simulations. Now this says requires textbook. Maybe I didn't put in the simulations. Give this a shot. Let me know if you don't have access to the simulations. But there's the quiz and the grader right here. Grader's it's the G project, 8G income model, and the quiz is right here. So these will be due the following week. I'll click the quiz just because. It'll open in a new tab. You do not need to do anything on Canvas for the quiz and the grader. I will manually transfer your grade from MyLab to Canvas. Same for the E and the F, which I'll get to next. Here's the quiz. It's mix and match, open note, open book, also some multiple choice questions. And so there's the quiz right there. And the grader project, it's an automatic grade. It'll grade you automatically for this. Yes, we can leave this site. E and the F, where they show up, is in the scaffolding projects folder on MyLab IT. So for the grader, you download the materials, and it's usually a handful of files with a Word document. You open up the Word document, follow the instructions, make the edits on your Excel spreadsheet, and when you're done with it, upload it right here, submit it, and you'll get an immediate grade out of 100%. And anything above a 90% is worth 100% in this class, or 30 out of 30. Let's just make sure that they're worth 30. They are. Grader's worth 30. The final exam is going to look just like a grader project, right? And so, and the only difference is you can turn it in as many times as you would like. Okay, so there's that. Now let me go back to MyLab IT, go to the main menu right here, go to course materials, and show you where, there's extra credit available. This is a really, really fun one that I wrote myself for a business analysis for this class. So we'll get into that in the census project later. But there'll be 5 discussions on the census project, and ultimately use these resources. Follow this PDF right here for week 11. You should work on it throughout the quarter. Do not save this project. I repeat, do not save the project for the end of the quarter. All right, plan on it, because we have discussions every other week, 5 discussions in which you and your classmates will talk about what you are all doing for the census project. All right, and I'll make another video on that at a later date, but that explains that. Extra credit, E and the F, those are all under. And by the way, you can get a print copy of this, so you can actually have a hard copy and follow the instructions from an actual book. There's an optional portfolio project. There's a ton of supplemental materials, as you can see here. But the E and the F are under scaffolding. So you'll see here, as I scroll back up, you've got 8E, 8F. Then you go straight into chapter 9, 9A, 9B, 9 quiz, 9 grader. Oh, every other week there's a discussion. And then the scaffolding projects, E and F, you find them there. And so there's 8E, there's 8F, 9E, 9F, 10E, and 10F, which the last scaffolding projects are due March 12th. Besides that, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I wanted to keep this video fairly short and get you as much information as possible. Really excited for this class, and it is asynchronous, and so that means that all of our materials are available on demand. You are welcome to work ahead. I understand you have a lot of other commitments in life and with school and with, as soon as I get to know you, I'll know. And so it's all available to you, including the final exam. If you wanted to have a go at that, go for it. So I believe I've gone over everything. Our course calendar, there's our course materials. And this explains right here. Honestly, here's all of our discussions on the course calendar. So introduce yourself to the class by sharing your experience with the 2020 census. That's the first discussion. And so go ahead, go through these materials first before you reach out to me. I mean, reach out to me anytime. But again, be sure to have downloaded and read the syllabus, course calendar, and all of these. Get access to My Lab IT. That's the first important thing I need you to do, is get this access to the class so that you can get started on the work right away. If you don't have the access code, get signed up for a temporary account. And if you need my instructor ID, I'll get that to you. It should be in here. So without any further ado, actually I know what that is. It'll pop up on, if you go back to the courses, it'll show, it's like Blowers JR dot, looking for, oh, here we go. Blowers JR dot 06646. All right, again, my instructor ID is 0664, Blowers JR dot 06646. All right, that's it for me. I hope you're having a wonderful new year. Really looking forward to this asynchronous class together. It's very self-study. You work on the projects on your own. I'll try to make some instructional videos to help you with the G projects, and but we'll be in touch. I'll upload another video later, but that's my introduction. I'm Professor Blowers. Can't wait to see you all. Well, I can't wait to hear from you all. I do have office hours available if I do by chance. See you there. So I got to run. Ciao for now.